So each judge and each court staff member gets an account on the Adalat AI platform where they come and do all their work. We automate all their manual and clerical pain points so that things can move much faster. A very popular tool on the platform is when they do dictations on the platform. So I'm going to now dictate a couple of quick lines in an order. As per the judgment in Keshwananda Bharati versus State of Kerala, the Honorable Supreme Court held that the Indian Constitution has a basic structure doctrine which cannot be abrogated even by a constitutional amendment. Subsequently, in the judgment of Menaka Gandhi versus Union of India, the Supreme Court held that Article 21 has substantive due process. As you'll see, as soon as the dictation is complete, the text will appear. It will come in without any errors, with complete accuracy, exactly how we write all our phrases, and also the right citations of the case law. You'll simply have to accept the right citation. We force them to engage and verify the citations, and then confirm that the citation has been applied. And so what would have taken nearly 5 minutes, 6 minutes to dictate in court, now happens in a matter of 10 seconds. The other feature of the platform is live court, which Orgah will walk through now.
This was just one dictation that was being done in a court, but judges have to do many dictations inside of a courtroom, and a lot of time is wasted when they're moving between cases, trying to get the context of the next case. And so what we've done is we've built an entire module, think like a Salesforce or like a HubSpot for courts, where all the cases that a judge has for the day has been listed, and then you can kind of access and scroll through these cases, see the relevant document which we automatically generate, so that the judge only has to do dictations of the actual content in court now.
Tech and AI is covering absolutely all aspects of life, and the courts are not far behind. The sheer number of documents and the complications of court work is now being looked into by an India based startup that is trying to streamline how district courts work in India. I'm speaking to the founders of Adalat AI, Utkarsh Saxena and Orgah Bhattacharya, who have developed in India an AI based platform that allows judges to streamline their work and allows litigants and witnesses to get their statements recorded in minutes. Let me just get this to Utkarsh first. Utkarsh, you guys have built a platform for the courts, for litigants, for judges. First of all, if you could talk us through what made you start this kind of an project, and what is the kind of work that this platform is doing?
So I finished law school, and when we finished law school, we're idealistic. We go to court, we think we'll fight for civil liberties, and then you get a reality check because the court systems are overwhelmed. There's a lot of clerical and manual processes that slow the court systems down. And so that's how the idea started. How can we build technology solutions that are customized for the specific pain points in a courtroom? And this is not just an efficiency project, it's a human suffering project. Our clients languish in prisons. India has the world's largest under trial population. 80% of prisoners are not convicts serving a sentence, but just under trials waiting for their day in court. And so the idea is to give judges back time, liberate them from manual and clerical processes so that courts move faster, cases move faster, and there's timely justice for the citizens of India.
Argo, I'll take this question to you since you're the engineer of the team, of the duo. How exactly does this process work, particularly since courts deal with confidential documents, court documents themselves are confidential, and you're also providing a judge the means to do research for their judgments itself?
Yeah, I think the big idea is to look at all the different manual clerical pain points in a courtroom and then sort of use some AI to automate it so that the judge doesn't have to spend their time on this. And so the way that this works is, for example, in a courtroom, nearly every word needs to be written down. So we've built a legal speech-to-text solution that can understand legal jargon. It can also understand Indian accents and dialects and transcribe everything that happens in a court. And similarly for the many other pain points in a courtroom. Now, coming to your question regarding security, it's absolutely of the utmost priority for Adalat AI. And so we've made sure that all of our servers is in India. And the second thing that we've done is we've made sure that we don't use any third-party APIs like Google or Microsoft or OpenAI. We essentially build our own models and customize them. And the third thing that we've done is we built this system of a user-level encryption, where every judge gets their own unique encryption key, and their data is sort of encrypted using that key, so that no one else except for them can actually access that data.
So even you guys can't access the data that has been put in by a judge or a court.
No, unfortunately, we can't.
I don't know if it's unfortunate or very fortunate, but Utkarsh, I'll take this to you now. Since you're the lawyer in this team and you've been talking to the judges, you've been working with the judges, how did this entire process go with of speaking to the judges and getting them to do this? Where all are you working on this, and what kind of problems have you seen coming up?
So we're in 9 states in the country, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, across the country in about 3,000 courtrooms, covering 15% of India's judiciary. And as Orgah was saying, we identified specific clerical pain points, right? So for example, there is a shortage of stenographers. So judges write depositions by hand. They write the dockets by hand. And once the solution was implemented in courts, the judges are now coming and telling us, and we've quantified some of the effects, that what took, say, 60 to 90 minutes to write by hand or type out by hand a 164 statement or a cross-examination witness now takes 10 minutes. And so this is on a 10% reduction, 20% reduction. You're talking a multi-fold reduction, 2x, 3x reduction. Judges are telling us that earlier they would be able to write 2 to 3 judgments a week because of a shortage of stenographers, them being on leave or not being available or being shared. Now that's doubling and tripling. So because of the platform, the daily and weekly judicial output is going up by 2 to 3x and reducing case timelines by almost 50%. The way we do this is we first work with the High Court, we sign an MOU, set up a partnership, and then we work with the district courts at a series of stages in the process. First, what do we build and how do we build it? So the district court judges and court staff are our partners in crime there. We take our designs to them, Orgah and team flesh them out, get feedback, and then we customize the product exactly in the way in which they need it. Then we do pilots. It runs in a select group of courtrooms. They give us feedback, we do testing, and once that is cleared, it's scaled across the state. In terms of challenges, this is not a very tech-savvy setting. It's not a very high-tech setting. We have so much empathy for our judges. They work in extremely challenging circumstances. And so building a tech solution is not sufficient. You have to back that up with programming. And so we work with the high courts, the judicial academies to actually train the judges, the court staff, the stenographers and the clerks on how to use the platform. They go through weekly training programs either in the judicial academy, on Zoom, or they have WhatsApp groups where they can ask us questions, or our representatives go district court by district court, kind of sitting with them in their courtroom, hand-holding and guiding them on how to use the platform. And so this is an end-to-end judicial tech stack, but it's also an end-to-end service to the courts to help them internalize and integrate the latest AI technology solutions to provide timely justice for all.
Orgah, when you're talking about building this as a tech solution, as Utkarsh just said, it's end to end, it is going on the basis of immediate feedback that you're getting from the judges. Where are the problems coming in when it comes to tech? Because it is not easy to understand legal language in the country. It is one of the biggest problems even that we face even as journalists, that understanding legal language and putting it in a way that a layperson could understand, or the language that is used in the courtrooms, is difficult. How exactly does the AI get trained on this?
Yeah, this is a huge challenge. As you know, the language diversity in the country is quite intense, and so is the accent diversity. You know, the way that a judge in Ernakulam in Kerala speaks English is very different from the way that a judge, let's say, in Delhi speaks English. And so the way that these models are trained is, first is we've taken a lot of data from the internet of hearings that went online during COVID and sort of used our models and trained them on this data. But also, we've built a team of linguists and language experts who go through a lot of this data that is available publicly and generate more audio data, which is then used to sort of train these models. Essentially, this is sort of a team effort from engineers, lawyers, and domain experts, and also language experts.
So when we're looking at a system like this and you're talking about working with different states, how many languages are you guys operating in currently? And if we can talk about where the litigant or a witness who comes in, where do they come in? Because you've been talking about how the judges will work on it. What does this do for a litigant or a witness?
So you're right. This is a state capacity project which supports the courts. But if you're a witness who's interacting with the court, maybe you don't speak English, even though the official language of the High Court is English, or if the proceedings are happening in English. And so if you depose in Tamil or Odia or Hindi, the model understands what you're saying in your accent, in your dialect, gets it right accurately, and also translates it to English for the court record. So it gets transcription of court witness testimonies right. Otherwise, witnesses have to take leave from work, come and wait in court the entire day. Many of them are daily wage workers. They miss out on a whole day's wage. Now, they come when the hearing starts, they finish their cross examination or 164 statement, and are immediately discharged from court. So
This can do a live translation from a different language into English.
absolutely. So if you're deposing in Hindi, the model will understand the Hindi, translate it to English, and then for the court in a legal format, write it in English in instantaneous real time.
So we're seeing this very exciting new development when it comes to court proceedings, this AI model that has been created, which is now working in different courts. But how exactly are you getting the support? Do you have support from the government? Do you have support from the courts? How does this work?
Yeah, I think the justice system has been extremely supportive of this. We are in about 9 Indian states now in about 3,000 courtrooms. And so I think the reason for this is because the pain point is so real. Having to write everything down in a courtroom can be so painful. And so to bring in a tech solution for this is a
Are you also getting support from the government or the court establishment to set up these the systems?
Yeah, in fact, India has come up with the India AI mission, which has shortlisted about 30 startups that they want to support. We are one of those 30, and so we are receiving support from the India government now.
And what about the courts?
The courts, in terms of support, have been very adaptive in their use of the platform. As you can see, we are in about 9 Indian states now within a year and a half or two. And so I think that in itself is a lot of support from the courts.
Thank you very much for speaking to India Today, Utkarsh and Orgah. This is an exciting new development to speed up the process, because any person who goes on to analyze the justice system in India, the first thing they look at is how much delay there is, how much paperwork there is, how it takes forever to get the basic hearings, the basic documentation done from the court. And this is a system, this is an AI that seems to be helping speed it up. In New Delhi, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.